Hey guys, it's Damien.
And I'm Kenady.
And thank you so much for joining us. Now today we're going over in this purity series. So if you haven't caught the first three, please go back or go up and watch that. Now in today's societies, there's two extremes in purity. One is some people don't care. They just living reckless lives.
Wilding out.
Just wilding out. And the second group of people have elevated themselves above people. They're using their stories to look down on people. It's this glorified purity movement, and this is just not good.
Yeah. And so we're gonna tap into that, where there's four things that we want to talk about. Four, not eight. Four. Four things that we want to talk about today in regards to this issue on being prideful while in purity. And so the first point is, you can't be prideful and pure at the same time, because as we mentioned before, purity is not just about sex and other things, but it's the state of the heart as well. And we know that pride contaminates the heart. Pride is an abomination to God, and He does not like proud people or the pride in people. He loves everybody, but He resists the proud. And I love what it says in Luke 18 when we hear about the story of the Pharisee and the sinner. And the Pharisee is praying in the temple to God, like, God, I thank you that I'm not like this cheater, this adulterer, this sinner. I'm just me. I'm holy, and I haven't sinned against you. And then the sinner is saying, Lord, forgive me. I'm not even worthy. I am a sinner. Forgive me of my sins. So in 18:14, it says, I tell you, this sinner, not the Pharisee, return home justified before God. For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. So again, we cannot be prideful in our purity, because that makes us impure.
So number two is Christ alone purifies us, and the Holy Spirit sanctifies us. Why? Because we cannot boast in our human nature on how to be pure. No, we cannot boast in our human nature. Without Christ and His blood, we can't be pure. And without the Holy Spirit and His power, we cannot overcome sin in our lives. You see, when God looks at us outside of Christ, He sees a sinful person. But inside of Christ, He sees Christ's blood over us. You see, if we're trying to be pure in our own works, it's like filthy rags to God. Isaiah 64:6 says, we are all infected and impure with sin. When we display our righteous deeds, they are nothing but filthy rags.
So the third point is that you can never be prideful in purity, because we can fall at any moment. In 1 Corinthians 10:12, it says, if you think you are standing strong, be careful not to fall. You see, no one is immune to sin. We can all fall at any moment. So that's why we have to remain humble and accept the offering and the power of the Holy Spirit, and continue to be submitted unto Christ, and so that way we can walk in purity but not be prideful in it, because it can be fleeting.
So the last point is, as Christians, as believers in Jesus Christ, we should never look down on anybody. Especially, we should not look down on other believers. We all have a past. We can raise our hand. We all have a past. And again, no one is immune to sin. Even Christians, we're not immune to sin. However, God's desire for us is to have a pure church, not just one pure individual. You see, that one pure individual is Jesus Christ, and we have to walk and abide in Him to be pure. So I love what Galatians 6:1-3 says. Dear brothers and sisters, if another believer is overcome by some sin, you who are godly should gently and humbly help that person back onto the right path. And be careful not to fall into the same temptation yourself. Share each other's burdens, and in this way, obey the law of Christ. If you think you are too important to help someone, you are only fooling yourselves. You are not that important.
That's good. That wraps up this video and our series Purity. We hope that you enjoyed it. And again, if you missed any of the other videos, watch it wherever it is.
Wherever it is.
And so thank you again. Please get this word out. You can like, share, and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram at Damien and Kenady. That's Damien and Kenady, spelled out. You can also visit our website at damienandkenady.com. And we do have our book, Hashtag Completely Married, but the theme is on purity. And so if you want to cop this, get it on Amazon and leave a review. And so be blessed.
Again, my name is Damien
And I'm
Nash.
Kenady Nash.
And we will see you next time. Be pure, 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 pure.